Unmatched quality, industry-first innovations, unshaken trust. All of these that Aludecor stands for can be attributed to its cutting-edge production facilities and to its labs, including the NABL-accredited FR Lab, which are benchmarks for excellence.
Aludecor is known for its trust, reliability and innovation. We always try to come with new products year per year.
Here are some of the tests done at Aludecor that make all the difference. Tensile at UTM machine, checking the tensile testing properties of metals and composite panels. Peel strength of ACP at UTM machine, evaluating bonding strength of ACP. Boiling water test, checking bonding strength of ACP by boiling in water for 8 hours. Oven test, evaluating the durability and stability of ACP by subjecting the sheets to boiling at 80 degrees centigrade for 2 hours. Freezing test, evaluating the robustness of ACP by subjecting the sheets to 20 degrees centigrade for 2 hours. Open sky test, evaluating each ACP batch for long-term performance in actual weather conditions. Evaluation of surface protective film, evaluating the performance of SPF in actual weather conditions for 6 months. Long-term water test of ACP strips, evaluating the performance of SPF in actual weather conditions for 6 months. Digital density tester, checking density of plastic materials.
For paint coating properties, we follow American Architectural Manufacturing Association recognized test standards, also ECCA.
Paint preparation in lab, to check paint quality. Paint application in lab with bar coater. Baking in hot air oven, to check paint quality. Measurement of color difference by spectrophotometer, checking the color difference between master sample and coated sample. Color matching cabinet, to see the color difference between master sample and coated samples in different lights. NVM tester, to check the solid content of paints. Hegman gauge, to check the particle size in paint. Cross-hatch test, to check the paint adhesion with the metal surface. Double rub test on coated coils, to check if the paint has cured properly or not. Impact test on coated coils, to evaluate paint adhesion quality with metal surface. T-bend test, checking flexibility of paint and metal coils. Cupping test, testing paint adhesion and flexibility with metal surface. Thickness measurement of coated coil, measuring thickness of coated coils. Pencil hardness test, to check surface hardness of paint coatings. Solid content of paint, to check the solid content of the paint. Accelerated weathering test, a 4000 hour test, evaluating the UV and weather resistance properties of the paint coatings. Salt spray test, a 4000 hour test, to check the paint's corrosion resistance property. Humidity resistance test, a 4000 hour test, To check the humidity resistance of paint coatings.
We have NABL accredited laboratory. We have a good research and development testing facilities in-house.
Baby ACP line for quality control of FR granules so that every sheet rolled out of our plant meets and surpasses the required parameters for fire safety. Ash content testing machine to evaluate the ash content percentage in plastic granules and FR granules. LOI test to evaluate the minimum oxygen concentration percentage required to ignite the FR materials. Smoke density tester to evaluate the smoke density rating of FR materials. Ignitability test to evaluate the ignitability of FR materials. Gross calorific value test to evaluate gross calorific value of FR materials. Total heat release test to evaluate gross calorific value of FR materials. Non-combustibility test to evaluate the ignition temperature and non-combustibility of FR materials. Aludecor is the first facade product manufacturer in India to have an in-house honeycomb core manufacturing facility along with a fully equipped lab for comprehensive honeycomb testing. Compressive strength of aluminium honeycomb panel to evaluate the flat-wise compressive strength of aluminium honeycomb panels. Node-to-node delamination strength of aluminium honeycomb core.
We do 205 testings before dispatch the product to the customers.
Prior to dispatch, Aludecor ACP sheets undergo thorough inspection for length, breadth, diagonal accuracy, bow or flatness, surface finish and thickness. Any sheet displaying even minor defects is diverted for recycling. To assure the end users of stringent quality standards, Aludecor leaves no stone unturned by implementing rigorous quality checks at every stage of the manufacturing process, ensuring consistent delivery of superior quality and quantity every time.